All right, so today we want to start experimenting with growing plants from store-bought fruit seeds. What?
Shouldn't we turn the phone sideways?
Yes. Welcome everyone back to Grow Your Understanding. I'm here with Lillian again. It seems that she's the only one right now that has any passion to be in this video. So today we're going to start what she really wants to start. And what is that?
Growing raspberries.
From?
Store-bought food.
All right, so here we have, where's the camera? There we go. Here we have a bunch of raspberries. As you can see, they're starting to mold. We took the moldiest ones from the package. We're gonna try a couple of experiments here. So we understand how to plant raspberries from store-bought fruit. There's a couple of things to consider. Do they need to be cold stratified? And that is basically the exercise of taking fruits, vegetables, or otherwise any other plants, trees that are basically used to having to go through a dormancy state in the northern hemisphere. Actually, it's quite common in I think throughout the northern hemisphere in non-tropical style fruits. It might actually occur in some tropical fruits as well, I'm not sure. But they need to go through a cold period or dormancy state where they freeze and then they're ready to grow after that point.
But first we need to figure out how to get the seeds out.
True. We do need to get the seeds out, but I think it would be best for the ones that we're going to cold stratify, we're going to have to freeze them for up to 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that in a freezer, that we leave those seeds in the fruit. Do you know why?
Why?
Because it'll prevent freezer burn and that sort of stuff. So we'll start by separating out the ones that we're going to freeze. So we'll take that.
For the freezer?
Sorry, we're going to separate out the ones that we want to extract the seeds now.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of go half and half. And we'll put these into the freezer and give them a stratification, cold stratification, and try these in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, we're going to try extracting seeds from the ones down here on the counter that you can't see, these ones, right now, and see if we can get the seeds out easily. Right, for the first steps of trying to plant seeds from fruit that you would buy in a store, you have to separate the seed from the fruit, right? So what are the ways that we can do this? I know I've seen a couple of, one of them is stick everything in a blender, mulch it up, your seeds will sink to the bottom, and then you gather them that way. That seems a little messy. Another one is what we're gonna try here, and that is just to grab your fruit of choice. So we got our raspberries here.
Raspberry, not raspberry.
Well, we got our raspberries here. We got more than one. These are a bit moldy.
But it's okay because we're using the
Yeah, and one of the ways to do this is to grab your raspberry and fold it into a paper towel. Like this. And then just rub it around.
Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit.
And that, actually, I don't know if you can tell, but if you zoom in, you can see that the seeds separated quite nicely with just a couple of seconds of effort. So you got the pale seeds in there. We do have a lot. That's one raspberry, and I gotta say there's probably 50 seeds there. So I'm gonna just spread this out a bit with my finger. And I'm quite surprised by how well that worked. So I don't think you have to leave them to dry at all. And I don't know how many of these things we're going to plant. Now that we've got 4 raspberries here.
Should I put the rest in the fridge?
Yeah, maybe we should try the cold stratification. I'm going to do this little one yet. So put those 2 in the freezer. And we're gonna go with one more here. We're going to end up with a lot more seeds than we anticipated. So that's good to know. Like, we got probably 50 seeds in there right now, estimated, maybe more. So we'll put those aside over there. And then we also managed to find a couple of blueberries, pretty much just under the fridge. Like, they were pretty much gone. So we're gonna mash these guys in as well and see if the same method works for blueberries. Blueberries do have a smaller seed than raspberries.
They have about 4 in each.
And one thing to consider when you're doing this is Some, if you're from the States or from a country that requires food be irradiated for import, you'll need to buy your fruits from a in-country supplier. I know America has laws that anything imported has to be irradiated prior to entering the country. I'm in Canada, we're in Canada, and we don't have those rules. We will maybe need tweezers because I can't even really see any seeds in there. Like blueberries, the little brown dots around the perimeter, those are kind of your blueberry seeds.
Should I ask for Mom's tweezers?
Yeah, you can go see if Mom has them. So as I was explaining, in Canada, it's actually law that if it's irradiated, it has to be labeled. An irradiated fruit or vegetable will have unviable seeds, so it's pointless to try planting them. All right, so let's start picking off the clean seeds. Why don't we move this a bit over, and why don't you put the clean seeds, make a pile of raspberry seeds, and then make a pile of blueberry seeds beside that.
Maybe we should just cut this out a little bit of it, because it's gonna take forever.
It can hear you when you're whispering.
I know.
Those are the blueberry seeds, the little fly poops. And then we got a bunch of raspberry seeds kind of spread out. And we're gonna let these dry for a little bit. And when we come back, we'll get them ready to seed, and we'll try a couple of options. We'll see, we'll plant some in the paper towel. We'll plant some in dirt. We'll stick some in ambient light for winter here in Canada. And then once we get the UV set up, which there's a video coming on that, we will basically, I'm gonna bend down, we will basically show a video of the UV light and see how that impacts germination and growth of a plant.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. We are ready to, you coming?
Introduce a new person. We are ready to introduce a new person.
We'll start planting raspberry seeds.
Yep. Hurry up, new person.
We do have a couple of pots laid out ready for some raspberry seeds. We have our
Only
raspberry
two.
seeds on the table and our blueberries, which I can't really see in there.
Stay back there.
Come on.
Stay back.
Hey, this is Simon. Say hi.
Hi.
We're planting raspberries. You want to help?
I'm older, so you know he looks taller than me.
Okay, so we're gonna plant
I
some
wanna plant.
raspberries. We got our seeds here.
Can I plant the blueberry?
You can plant the blueberries. Yep. You
Yeah,
want to
I
use this
wanna-
pot?
Okay.
I'll use this one.
I need to go.
I want one with softer dirt.
Where are you going? I was gonna give them to you.
Right here.
Those are the blueberries.
I'm holding it.
They're tiny.
Scooch, scooch. I can't. Hi.
Okay.
Can I start? Can I start?
So this, some water. Did you put them all in?
Yep.
Okay.
I want to do my water.
Good.
So you gotta do way more than that. Dump all the rest of the water in there. Well,
I think that's good.
no, dump more. It's completely dry soil, so you're gonna have to do quite a bit of water, I think.
Do you?
Oh, it's coming out the bottom already? That shows what I know. Okay.
Okay. Should I do Okay.
Yours we need to get under the soil. So we have about 20 raspberry seeds in this one. That we're just gonna mix up. And just shallow berry. And this is part A of our experiment. Can you just grab raspberry fruit, roll them out, grab the seeds, throw them in dirt, throw water on them, and they'll grow.
Make them
so
all wet.
Simon here is gonna grow. Part 2, we're gonna throw some of these seeds, fold into a paper towel, make them wet, throw them into a Ziploc bag, and just see if they sprout from that as medium. Why don't you go get a paper a paper towel and a little Ziploc bag.
Okay.
And then the third part, we have to wait for the freezer to stratify. cold stratified seeds, which are going to take about another month or so to be ready. So we're going to try those out at that point. It'll look like a few seconds probably in the video because we're not going to make you wait here for a month for us. But for now, we have a lot of raspberry seeds left over. So why don't we try throwing a bunch of these into a couple more pots? Sound good?
Yeah. Oh. Hi.
So Lily's midway through putting some raspberry seeds on the paper towel that we're going to put in the Ziploc bag. Simon's doing what? Should we get some more dirt ready, just plant a bunch of our spare seeds and see what happens?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. All right, so we got our Ziploc. We need more water. Okay, so I'm going to fold this in half. Get our raspberries
Seed.
in there. There's a seed on the outside, that's fine.
No, it isn't.
And then we're going to fold this again just to give it extra moisture. Just dip it in water. Just so it is nice and damp, and then we'll put this in the Ziploc bag.
And then we'll lay it by the window.
Correct.
Correct.
You're wrong. I'm right.
I'm smart. You're dumb.
All right.
I switched it around.
No.
I'm smart. You're dumb.
No, I'm smart. You're dumb.
All right, so for the rest of the seeds that we have left over, we're just going to throw them all into these pots and see if they grow. And I don't know if there's an easy way to get them off of here, but we'll get these planted and then we'll give you, or we'll keep you updated on how things are going. We'll give you
Put a
an
bunch of
update.
seeds in my hand.
Do not spill.
Ooh, that's a lot of water. All right, raspberries are in a swimming pool.
Take.
Okay,
Get this over
so
here.
we'll put these over here.
This is blueberries.
Blue.
All right, so
Wait.
if you guys want to come for a walk with me, don't mind my hand. So, nope, so we are. We got our raspberries here, blueberries here, another raspberry batch here, and then an update on the plants from last time. Basically, those are the parsley and the dill. They're not growing yet. Nothing's growing yet. It's only been like 2 days. But yeah, that is the progress update. And we will give you all an update in a little bit when we start to see something growing.
Yeah, and Simon's just stabbing dirt.
All right, so with that, that's the raspberries planted. That'll conclude this video. I'll just give a brief update of where things are at. So right now it's been 4 days since the opening video where we did the peas, tomatoes, and parsley. I'm not seeing any growth yet. I do have the garage at a fairly low temperature. It's 16 degrees in here on average. So that's a little lower than optimal for germination, so they might take a little longer. I know the dill and parsley take up to 10 days, so we're about halfway there. And then we got the raspberry seeds, which we planted in this video, the blueberry seeds, and I didn't label them, so now I forgot which is what. And then we got the raspberry seeds in the paper towel here, all kind of overlooked by our ambient light and camper. And yeah. With that, we're going to start to focus on the third part of our video, which is getting the UV lights up and getting that up and running. And then we'll start running tests to see if that impacts germination rates on our next wave of seeds, which will likely be some melons and some other plants that we'll select from our bin of seeds over here. And before I sign off, I'd like to direct everyone as well to check out the Green Expansion, which is another channel that's kind of doing something similar. It's a good buddy, Blake, and he's basically learning from scratch how to do all the seeding stuff. And so we're kind of experimenting with different things to do with seeding and trying out things we haven't necessarily tried before. The Green Expansion is pretty much starting from scratch, learning how to garden without any prior knowledge. So check that out, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you very much, everyone.